without Wi-Fi. So if it's going to be choppy, oh well. If it takes 5 hours to load up, oh well. I wanted to talk a bit about how close we are to the mark of the beast, the digital ID, the cryptocurrency, the medical ID, the biometrics, and the holograph technology. We're here. Hi, Eric. Blessings to you. So I was watching Pressed for Truth with Dan Dix here in Canada, an independent media broadcaster who's been way ahead of the curve. As many of us, we've seen this coming. In the Asian communities, he is talking about how all of these bank accounts were closed. And unless you get your phone and your digital ID and your biometrics put into their system, as in Scripture, what it says is, you shall not buy, sell, and trade without the mark of the beast. One of my viewers asked me, what is the mark of the beast? It is the number of man. Hi, Ghost Vision. Hi, Barbara. Hello, everybody. 12 in the chat, 2 thumbs up. ZC Stigmata, I will show you the mark of the beast. I will show you the Fibonacci and fractal math and the frequencies and weapons used against us this day. Good morning. Hi, Praiseworthy. Sorry I didn't catch your call. You trying to call me. I was just going live, so I didn't want to stop my presentation without Wi-Fi. So let me start by saying this. Dan Dix, Press for Truth here in Canada, has been way ahead of the curve when it comes to the Bilderberg meetings, when it came to the George Floyd riots, when it came to the COVID lockdowns, how the big companies started boarding up their windows and started readying themselves for civil disobedience when the George Floyd riots came, because these corporations, these oligarchs, these multi-billionaires and millionaires, Vanguard, BlackRock, and Wayfair, that own everything, had this coming. When I had talked to some of the bankers about creating our own currency, a lot of the bankers said, yeah, we were given passes during COVID, during the lockdowns, and the banks knew and still know, and all of your tellers and all of the people in the banking institutions know of this digital ID and cryptocurrency and this biometrics that's coming. It's a police state. It's complete and utter enslavement of all humanity, all at the same time, and it will fail. Let me get started with some of the things that I've noticed recently. I'll do one photograph at a time, and I will just basically do my best to present this data as best I can. And the only thing I could do is talk about some of this stuff that needs to be talked about. In my cache of information, what I've noticed is that there's a great deception taking place. And a lot of people are scared. And I understand your fear. We are not given the spirit of fear. We are given the Ruach HaKodesh. We are given truth. We are given strength. We are not given the spirit of fear. That is the mark of the beast, right out of the Codex Vaticanus. Hi, Irene. Blessings to you. Yes, Praiseworthy. I know about this. Absolutely. Yeah, they have been putting it in the rice. They've been putting it in the water. They've been putting it in everything, microplastics. They literally have rice that's plastic. So you're eating a little bit of rice with your plastic, or plastic with your rice. Praise Allah, says Adam. Allah, Yahweh, the Elohim of Avraham in Arabic is the same deity, but the ones who say they are Jews and are not but do lie have forsaken his name. His name is Yahuwah, and I will show you his true name. And so in the Statue of Liberty, these things. So this is right out of the Codex Vaticanus, this is on their headdresses. The mark of the beast is on their head and in their right hand. By the right hand, a ruler would hold a scepter. The ruling class would hold a scepter in the right hand. And so as I move forward, I will show you the deception of Charlie Kirk and the one world government. What is his name? What is our Savior's name? Emmanuel, Yah, with us. God with us. Elohim with us. The word made flesh as prophesied in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. And the trolls start, yeah. T in Newstrom, I pissed on your face. Yeah, you're just another troll if you say such evil things in this chat. May your curse be upon you and your blaspheme. Let me continue without being distracted by the bots, trolls, fembots, evil ones, the malevolent ones, the ones who have been given over to their reprobate mind. Jesus, Yahushua, Christos, Messiah, Theos, God, Yeos, Son, Soter, Savior. His name is not Jesus, Yeshua. His name is not an acronym. His name is Yahushua. What we're going to see now is the continuation of what one kind person was asking. This gentleman here, you say, pray for Ukraine. Pray for Ukraine. Ukraine's Tagma is of Moloch and the Harzarian Empire. The Harzarians, the ones who say they are Jews and are not but do lie. Harzarian Tagma, Moloch, where they take your children and burn them alive. Yes, Jeffrey, thank you. This war that we're up against is a spiritual warfare, and it is extremely malevolent and will continue. I have recently disconnected my Wi-Fi and will be throwing my phone in the garbage shortly. For those that don't know, we're in World War III. We're in the end times. And this is just more evidence of it. That you would see World War I, World War II, and the invasion of Ukraine, all the dates just add up to 68. When you read Revelation 6 verse 8, you'll understand how they code and how they talk about their nonsense and their malevolence. This is a map of the ownership of BlackRock Inc. He says, I will give you a white stone, a new stone. And so this mapping of the oligarchs and their goes deep, but it is true, it is accurate. And then all of these shareholders of all of these companies are all owned by the same companies. And they're all owned by Vanguard and BlackRock. And when you look at this, in the entirety of all the companies, all of this is owned by the same malevolent, those who say they are Jews and are not but do lie. Whether that guy's controlled opposition or not, it's irrelevant. The information stays the same. All of these companies are owned by the same evil entities that we know and consume. Every single one of them owned by the ones who say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Trillions of dollars siphoned off our taxes, given to these corporations to murder us with our own money. Every single one of these corporations are owned and run by the Zionists, those who say they are Jews and are not and do lie. That's all they've ever done. That's all they'll ever do. It's all theater. It's all propaganda. They own all of the media. So when you see this theater of Mr. Nixon here, Donald Trump pointing his finger at Vladimir Putin in Alaska, the same guy, the same character in that photograph, nothing new under the sun. The same photograph, the same pointing the finger on Khrushchev, the same. Now I say this to you, didn't Chris Rock and Will Smith have a ritual humiliation during the Oscars? Keep your, my wife's name out of your mouth. And Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith, and then you find a video later of them doing the exact same thing earlier on. They repeat, they regurgitate these rituals. This photographic evidence, when we look at the Titanic or the Titan, the book called The Titan, and this ship of almost the exact same size and the exact amount of people in the Atlantic sinking by hitting an iceberg and not enough life jackets and lifeboats, exact storyline of the book The Titan, and then all of a sudden you have the Titanic sinking. Ritualism, predictive programming over and over, showing you 100% evidence of the malevolence of these Zionist ones who worship the Talmud, ones who worship Satan, Halal, Hisatan, Lucifer, Freemason, Jesuit theater, all day long. This picture of Vladimir Zelensky or Putin, same character, saying with the smirk on his face, okay, on your count of three, take your picture. And that same guy in the middle, and Khrushchev, and Nixon. Just keep focused, brothers and sisters. I have more to show you. Jekyll Island, absolutely. What happened with the Titanic and Jekyll Island, when it re-happened again, when that submarine sank with those billionaires that went down to go look at the Titanic, and we did a ritual decode on that, that was the significance of let's bring in this other currency now. That's all it was. It was a ritual saying, just like Jekyll Island, we're going to go in the submarine and go down there and look at the Titanic. And they died. And Kurt, the producer that filmed the Titanic, the movie, the Freemason Jesuit director who filmed Avatar, that filmed the Titanic movie, same thing. It's ritualism. And the more you understand and look at their language and their rituals, the more you see very clearly that our world is all a stage. This is all theater. Ronald McDonald in the Book of Magic. When you look at this monster, and I made the decode of Cloud Atlas, the movie, this monster killed people. And when you understand Ronald McDonald, the clown, theater, and the circus we live in, you understand the real man behind Ronald McDonald. And when the circus comes to town, the traveling Wilburys, the ones who say they are Jews and are not but do lie, they come rolling into town with their circus and their pharmacia. It is no different than the movie Wizard of Oz. When we see these things, we have to understand some concepts of their malevolence. And I'm going to get into it, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Starbucks logo is a good example of what they're showing you. They show you in plain sight what they do, and the guy was running for president of the United States, rearranging his donuts and licking his fingers, multi-billionaire, and he's buying people donuts. This logo is this deity. It's just fact. This deity here, you could zoom it up and I could show you. It's identical to the Starbucks logo. And so this is nothing new under the sun, that these occult behaviors would be shown to you in its sigils. It's black magic. It's what we're seeing as a reality in our world. The evil is being exposed. Now, let me continue. These crisis actors that do these things, World War I, 68, World War II, 68, invasion of Ukraine, 68, Ukraine war in Gematria, 68, Antichrist, Barack Obama, 68, Revelation 6, verse 8, and look and behold, a pale horse, and him that sat on him was death, and hell followed with him, and power was given to them over a fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, with hunger, with death. They're showing you, they're telling you, these monsters that say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. All of these people with American names that are in your institutions, in your governments, Podesta and his art clearly was evil. Lawrence Rockefeller and this guy with Lincoln Park. There's Lincoln Park here. Oh, look at that. How my, somebody messing with my computer? Wow. They love hacking me. Let me continue, or try to. They're crisis actors. Oh my goodness. You sure are messing with the Toddster today. Let me try again. I'll continue trying to expose the evil. I tell people that I'm heavily infiltrated and that I wouldn't suggest doing this. I don't walk in fear, and I don't listen to their insanity, and I don't care what their plan is. I will expose their evil. My goodness, they're really messing with my computer today. I will continue to try. I don't care what the enemy does. All it's doing is showing you constantly the enemy's mind games in their little theater. It's all mind games. It's all succubus. It's all taking your energy away and feeding off your energy. There. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. Oh my goodness. I am amazed. So let me just show you something. This computer is showing stuff that shouldn't be here because my Wi-Fi is turned off. I should be accessing my pictures only, and it's literally turning off and on, and I'm not doing anything with it. I will try again to show you what I'm trying to show you. And then I'm going to interact with the chat a bit, or try to. But I want to continue showing you. There we go. Let's try this again. Oh, it just completely shuts off. How evil. Oh, I hope you guys, with whoever's doing this, get a kick out of it. It's amazing. So now I have 100% evidence that my computer is being messed with. And that's okay. They could mess with all their technology. They could have their technology. I'll try it one last time. Yeah, it won't do it. Okay. So listen. Let me just tell you. Hi, what's your deal? My deal is that digital ID is here. It's coming. UK talked about it. The Philippines talked about it. It's all coming online. So I've literally disconnected my Wi-Fi, and have nothing to do with electronics. Shortly, I'll be throwing my phone in the garbage. So the last few attempts to get the word out before I destroy all of my technology and go into the wilderness without any of this, I just wanted to warn everybody that you should like-mindedly do the same, that this technology has to be here, and you cannot access this technology without the internet and without their nonsense. Robert Downey Jr., yeah, more bots, more trolls. It's funny. Bots and trolls all day long. What do you call you guys? Ethical hackers? Is that the new word for it now? They say, oh, ethically hacking. And CSIS, Mossad, Homeland Security, all talking of the same language. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, I can't even access. Let me try again here. Can't access this certain stuff on my laptop with my phone plugged in. We'll try it one last time. The thing that I wanted to show you most of all is the mark of the beast. And when we understand that it is the number of man and ZC stigmata, and that the ones that say they are Jews and are not but do lie. Wow, yeah, my computer's hacked. Okay, don't care. All right. Thanks, Chris. Yep. Anyway, so my laptop's a paperweight at this point, and I'm going to end up throwing it in the garbage. So this is where we are in the war. There's going to be a point where you're going to have to throw your phone in the garbage and your laptop in the garbage, and you're going to have to live outside of the system. That's what it's going to be, and it'll be pretty evident. Charlie Kirk's PSYOP and all of this other psychological operations is what's coming. This is what's happening. They want Chrislam. So they want Muhammad. They want Christmas Jesus born on December 25th guy. And they want all of these religions to join into one. And that's exactly what the unholy Roman Empire did before. That's exactly what the unholy Roman Empire did before. They just took a whole bunch of religions, melted them in the pot, and called it Catholicism, Catholic religion, unholy Roman Empire religion. And that's what's happening. And, you know, it's sad but true that we cannot speak truth without the Jesuits and the Freemasons and the governments of the world completely censoring us. And we know at some point that no matter what we do, they're going to continue on their murderous rampage. And whether you're a pro-Trump, against Trump, pro-Israel, against Israel, it don't matter. They're going to destroy humanity. And there's pretty much nothing we could do about it but to walk in faith. And at some point, you got to realize that this electronic world that we live in, we must leave behind. Okay, so I'm going to just interact with the chat because I can't show you the information I wanted to show you, but let's continue. Religious insanity is real. William Sutton says religious insanity is real. You're right, I'm not religious though. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Matt. All the world's a stage. Yes, Chris. Can you talk, Matt? Absolutely. Yeah. Blood fart. It's getting great in America. Yeah, great. Mega. Make America great again. Mega, the highest level of magi, the Freemason, Jesuit, black arts. Yes, I do, Mick. Yeah, absolutely. Enoch was taken, Elijah was taken, and Enoch and Elijah were both taken and did not see death. Yeshua HaMashiach, there were many witnesses to testify this that was hidden. When he died and resurrected, he was transfigured and people seen him, and there were many miracles after his death and resurrection that were witnessed and hidden from society. Death has no sting. He said, I go to prepare a place for you, and where I go, you cannot come, but I will receive you unto me, that where I am, you will be. He said he's coming back. I believe it. Absolutely. That's right. A faith that has not been tested cannot be trusted. Yes, Ephesians chapter 6. Absolutely. 1 cup. Absolutely. Are there two witnesses? Yes, it was the grafted in olive tree and the normal olive tree. So it's the Jew and the Gentile, the two witnesses. It's not Elijah and Moses. I believe the two witnesses, as it says when the angel was showing him the menorah. What is this? He asks. And he says, do you not see that the menorah is being fed with olive oil from the grafted in olive tree and the other olive tree feeding the menorah? You have the uneven number of 7. You have 3 on the left and 3 on the right, and Yeshua HaMashiach in the middle. And there is nor Jew nor Gentile, but the two witnesses. And we are to witness this and see these things, that the ones that call themselves Jews but are not, but do lie, the bloodline of the Ke'anin, the Elud, the Nephilim, the evil ones that run this world, they will see these things and be brought to jealousy. They will be brought to wrath and anger. They absolutely hate our Creator and us. That's it. Yeah. Oh, you did? Rob Mack says, I just downloaded the Sefer. Yes, I would lot. Yeah, not to Jew, but Jewish. Yeah, Jerusalem or Israel. So I promote everybody get a physical copy of the Sefer from sefer.net, because when the power goes out and when your digital ID and digital currency is a must, there'll be a famine in the land of the word. In the Sefer, in the preface, when you read this preface, the Sefer means book. Dr. Stephen Pidgeon and the Sefer Academy, when they give you this book, they said clearly this means Sefer. And so I'm just going to share you the opening of this Sefer with you. The collection of writings in the Sefer, pronounced Sefer, is a restoration of the books traditionally recognized as a set-apart scripture that includes certain writings retained in the Dead Sea Scrolls, Hanok and Yovaim, together recaptured writing with the Sefer Yashar, or Yeshur, and the Apocalypse of the Barak, second Barak. Recaptured of those books recognize the Septuagint and its completed, and the last 2 writings of the Maccabean, or the Maccabees. The Sefer sets forth set-apart name to set-apart identities in English translation and restores the people, places found in the original Ivrit Hebrew tongue, and all of which have been translated into English. And if you read the preface, it's basically saying this: the Catholic Unholy Roman Empire and the New King James Version by Francis Bacon or William Shakespeare that I have in front of me is heavily redacted, It's riddled with gematria, and it is absolutely, unequivocally written in vulgar English for a reason. When we understand that the Hebrew language is written from right to left and English is left to right, we are literally speaking in reverse. Those on the other side of the Euphrates read from right to left, and we read from left to right. In the same manner that you would light the menorah from a candlestick on the outside, and light the next one until you get to the chief candlestick in the menorah, the one in the middle, you would light last, in representation of the one in the middle. The two sticks shall become one. And when you understand that the menorah had 7 menorah candlesticks, not 9, not like the Charlie Kirk ritual murder where you see the menorah overlaid on that stage and in that area, where actually after Charlie Kirk was murdered or destroyed, or it was a hologram, or whatever psychological operation you want to call it, they buried up the evidence just like 9/11. They took all the sod out and put pavement. There was no autopsy, there was no funeral, no pictures of Erica being pregnant, flown off-site, instantly hidden, just like 9/11, all evidence destroyed. There's psychological operations going on in this world that is to deceive you and to keep you in perdition and in fear as they bring in digital currency. Because if we coagulate in the ruach, in the spirit, and we speak truth together, that we would not be deceived and save many. Charlie Kirk's psyop is to unite Christianity, churchiosity, New Age Mormonism, New Age Christianity, and join that with the Catholic, unholy Roman Empire doctrines of the Jesuits. All of the politicians say they're Jesuit principles, Donald Trump included, who converted to Judaism. Zionism, not Hebrew, Ivrit. We are so greatly deceived. This is coming to an end, and when it ends, there's going to be people that are going to get very violent, very angry, and turn against their governments, and the evil one shall devour their own. Have a bug out plan. Get out of Dodge. Get ready to bug out. Throw your devices in the garbage. I'm going to show you something that is very profound. When I got my passport renewed, and when I started looking at all of these different things in this iconography and archaeology and all of this stuff, when you realize that it's absolutely in everything, it should shake you to your core. It should just blow your mind completely about how well this has been planned and for millennia. Now, I know this is pretty disturbing, and there's not a lot people can do about this except to walk in faith, but we're not lambs to slaughter, and we're not pacifists, and we most certainly are not that dumb that we believe this nonsense. There comes a point when you have to realize this is a digital war and a spiritual war. I want to show you a couple things, and I can't show you anything in this laptop because for some reason it won't do what I tell it to do. So they have control of my laptop, which is fine. And what they do with this information is fine. And how we proceed in warfare is perfectly okay with me because we don't need evidence anymore. We don't need proof of anything anymore because we know it's all a lie. We know it's all fictitious. We know that they have control over all of these devices. But let me just say this to the enemy that's listening. Everything that you've created is hackable and destroyable. Everything that is created against humanity will be destroyed. No power, you got no power. No lies, you got no power. No necromancing, no witchcraft, you got no power. In every instance of the scriptures, what we've seen is malevolence, like the Pharaoh. They get so powerful, so malevolent, so corrupt that they collapse under their own weight. And Yahweh interferes and saves his chosen ones. Hi, Mike. Yeah. So, let me show you the new passport. How nice of the Canadian government, how awesome of the Canadian government to be so worried about me. I'm going to show you something. And, you know, as upsetting as it is, I still think that I'm a prisoner on this planet. But this is the mark of the beast. Right there. Now, I'm trying to focus in on this, and maybe what I should be doing is reverse the camera. It's a chip. That's all that you need to know. It's just a chip. Papers? Where is your papers? Plastic. Your passports have been chipped for quite some time. The weapons that they gave to the Nicaraguans when they brought them to America to go displace Venezuela the first time, they chipped all those guns. They wanted them. They feed them cocaine, they feed them marijuana, they fed them food, alcohol, whatever, and they were trying to train them to displace their governments. This is called nation building. Now with this technology, Google and Microsoft and all of this nonsense, it's gone digital. Benjamin Netanyahu said it best. Now that they bought TikTok, we got to get on TikTok and change the minds and the hearts of all the Canadians and the Americans to love Israel. The same Israel that is committing genocide in Gaza right now and globally. You see, the Israelis, the Mossad, the ones who say they are Jews and are not, but do lie, the ones that own all the banks, all the institutions, Disney, Viacom, NBC, CTV, all of these agencies, all of these technologies, they own it all. And they want more money and more money and more money. And they literally want to destroy and depopulate the planet. And we're their slaves, we're their cattle, we're their sheep, we're their goats. That's all we are to them. And the divine intervention that is happening right before you, what you're seeing is the people that know say no. Realize real lies. There's no more to the matrix. Once you take the red pill, you realize it's all a lie, all of it. And what's going to happen is that these governments are going to be overthrown and there'll be massive bloodshed and chaos. And they're going to try to do their best to put on a bunch of uniforms, United Nations uniforms and blue helmets to all these infiltrators, all of these insurrectionists, all these sleeper cells. They're just going to be called one day, say, yeah, meet at this place, put on your uniform, hop in your little minivan, your little white minivan with the United Nations sticker we just put on there. And yeah, we'll stop this slaughter. We'll put in martial law. And the sheep will go, oh, martial law. The government's come here to save us. To corral you into FEMA camps and FEMA trains and FEMA coffins, into ghettos. systematically destroying as many as us as possible. You know, some of the German soldiers in World War II said they really turned on Hitler near the end because he was so fixated on destroying the Hebrews, not the Jews, not the Zionists, the Hebrews. And if he had just concentrated on winning the war, they wouldn't have a problem. But you see, that's what this is all about. This beast, who shall war against it? They have all the money, they have all the power, they have all of this. They don't have one thing: Yahweh on our side. I don't think people understand the amount of pressure and malevolence and how dark and how evil things are going to come before you realize we're completely entrapped, enclosed, and enslaved in this slave, soul trap world we call Earth. When I need this sport to travel, and you cannot travel and buy a car and own a house and open up a bank account and do anything without the mark of the beast, one of the viewers asked me, what is the mark of the beast? I showed you before my computer crashed. The mark of the beast is ZC stigmata, 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons. The number of man, a carbon molecule. The halal, the true name of Lucifer, is the chief cherubim that covereth. Your skin suit, your sin suit, is in opposition of your ruach, your spirit. You're going to war against your flesh, your skin suit, until death. And the closer you become to Yahweh, the more you will be tested, the more you will be refined, and the more you will hate your skin suit. You see, in the Garden of Eden, they didn't notice they were naked. They didn't notice anything until they were in sin. In sin. In this skin suit. In this sin suit. Once they were in the skin suit, the sin suit, they were given what? Clothing made of skin. The garments of Yahweh were put upon you, and you walk in the flesh, and you are weakened on the weekend. You go to work to earn a living. When you understand that our language is literally telling you in their necromancy, in their witchcraft, that you are in bondmanship. You are enslaved in this skin suit, sin suit. You will hunger, you will thirst, you will crave, you will be addicted, you'll feel pleasure and pain, and you will choose to leave this world and see beyond this skin, this sin, this skin suit, and completely walk in faith and put on incorruptible and put on immortality in the twinkling of an eye. Don't fear death. Don't fear starvation. Don't fear these things that come upon the earth. We are told to comfort one another, love one another. You shall not buy, sell, and trade without the mark of the beast. It is here. It is now. In England. In Thailand. Was Dan Dick's video talking about Thailand? Vietnam. They just closed a whole bunch of bank accounts and said, take your digital ID. Riots. Storming the parliaments. They're gonna lose it. The evil ones shall devour their own. Listen to the parables. You are being vetted. You are being tried in the fire. You are a chosen few at the end times that you would realize, aha, this is what it is. I wish I could show you my photographs with my computer completely hacked. I have a hard time showing you anything, but I will tell you it's happening. faster than you think, and there's nothing we could do about it. Nothing. We are going to have to walk completely in faith. When he told his disciples, take not your cloak, don't take an empty jacket, don't take an extra this or an extra that, just go and preach. And to those that see these things, be blessed. Those that reject you, dust off and move on. This faith, this system, this whole idea that we're going to witness this stuff, people thought, oh, this is the mark, that's the mark, this is the mark. It's ZC Stigmata. At the beginning of this video, you're going to have to go to the beginning of this video to see ZC Stigmata. You're going to have to go. My laptop is crashed. It's toast. My Wi-Fi is off. And everything that I see in this world that I've tried to present to you means nothing. None of this evidence matters anymore. I said this in many videos. It's going to get so filled with deception, you're not going to realize what's real anyway. You're going to have to walk in faith. And I'm going to throw this laptop in the garbage soon, and the phone as well. So like I said in my previous video, if you don't see me or hear me anymore, may you all be blessed. I'm walking away from it. It took me a while to build this channel up. I'm grateful for all my viewers. Like all the people that built their channels up, it takes a long time to get so many viewers. It takes a lot of work. All of this cachet and all of this evidence, it don't mean a thing. I'm literally going to just let it all cavalcate and turn back into dust. I will literally be throwing that laptop in the garbage. I'll be burning it in my fire pit. I'll be taking my other laptop and all my cell phones and all my data and all the caches and all of the evidence that was stored and is stored in the internet and walking away from it. And I encourage every one of you to do the same. I don't need this to survive. I don't need anything. But that's what's coming. Quicker than you think. That passport is brand new. And it's got everything's chipped, man. Everything. Not some paranoid guy. It's fact. Yes, absolutely. The phone's got to go. In China, that's their mark. Your Fibonacci math, your fingerprint of your face, your biometrics is the number of the beast. And each one is individual, just like your thumbprint, your fingerprint, your DNA, a retina scan. It's all the number of man. Like he who have understanding recognize the number of the beast system. It is the number of man. Prince Charles and Prince William's emblem resembles the exact beast. This system that's up and running right now is the beast system. And we're in it. And you can't get a paycheck without it. They say, well, you need QuickBooks, you need this, you need that. I'll direct deposit into your account. Oh, you can't get your money until you get your digital ID. Well, then I guess I quit working then. Oh, you can't pay your taxes without digital ID. Well, I guess I can't pay my taxes then. Well, you can't pay your mortgage. All of these banks closed on these mortgages, by the way. Oh, yeah, we're not renewing your mortgage. You're going to have to sell your property. What? What do you mean I can't renew my mortgage? Yeah, we're just decided we're not going to renew your mortgage. So you'll have to sell your property. Sorry. You will own nothing and be happy. We come in here cold, naked, and alone. And we're going out of this world cold, naked, and alone. We take nothing with us but our mistakes. And I hope you've learned from them. We're close. We are so close. Yes. 060606. Yes. Yes, Henry. Just be still. Be still. Don't feed into the fire. The movie Matrix, it's absolutely correct. We're feeding into this energy. We're feeding this machine. We're the battery feeding this beast system. The minute we stop complying and we stop listening and everybody throws their phone in the garbage, we win. And we know what's going to happen. Those ones that don't comprehend, hey, half-baked, great to see you. Yes, great to see you. I had to look at my wife's phone to see your chat, by the way. That's how infiltrated I am. That's how nasty this system is. That weird sound in the background, I'll show you. Can you guys see me now? Can you guys see me now? Yeah, too much love, and it starts getting glitchy. Yeah. You're going to have to walk into the wilderness. You're going to have to hop on a boat, get off those islands, get to the largest landmass you can, get into the mountains, start taking all of your commodities and turning them into tangible, tradable commodities to trade and barter with. There's millions, if not billions of us that will not comply. This system ends when we all throw our wallets in the garbage, our phones in the garbage, we stop watching the internet, we stop listening to the government, we win. The minute all of us just stand up in peaceful compliance and say, no. What can they do? Round us all up at once? Shoot us all at once? Starve us out with their poison food? When the scripture says we will all speak of one voice, there's those that will love this and those that will hate this. And we will be divided, as the Hopi prophecy and the scripture, the Holy Bible says. A set apart people, a peculiar people will just say no. And if everybody said no, we win. We're going to behead you. We're going to take your life. We're going to kill you. Bring it on. Not scared of death. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Mike. Yes. Yes. Amazon sucks. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Young Draco. Yeah. We know that it is going to be such coercion that it's going to make COVID look like a picnic. You can't go to work. You can't get on a subway. You can't go to a concert. You got to wear this. You got to get this. That was a test run. The insanity will be so much so that you can't get your paycheck out of the bank. Oh, well, I guess I stopped working. I'll go eat grass. I'll go eat tree bark. I'll go eat willow. I'll go eat roots of the forest. I will take my stuff and go. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. A litmus test, yeah. It's going to be all out war, Chris. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Martyrs. 2025, 2026. Yes, my friend. And there's no fear. There really is no fear. When you start walking in faith, I'll tell you what's going to come to our brothers and sisters in belief, in wisdom, in the Ruach. You're going to be tested. You're going to be attacked by demonia, by evil Ruko'oth. You're going to be tempted. You're going to fail. You're going to get up. You're going to dust yourself off. And you're going to carry on. You're going to be mocked. You're going to be scoffed. You're going to be ridiculed. You'll be seduced. You'll be hammered. You'll be beaten. Carry on. Just remember Job. Remember our patriarchs of old. Remember those that have survived what they survived. We will survive the worst of it. The only thing going for us is that we have his story, history, the truth, the providence of prophecy in our minds, in our bones, in our DNA. This is just a suit. I'll take the suit off any day. It's just a suit. Suit's coming off. Not a problem. I walk in the Spirit and I trust, and you will be brutally attacked, and your faith will waver. You'll go through, oh no, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? I'm telling you how to do it. Faith over fear, love over hatred. Get ready to walk in the wilderness. Get ready to throw these phones in the garbage. Get ready. In the twinkling of an eye. Yes. Yes, Rob Mack. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Hi, Daniel. You know, this whole idea that the white hats are going to save us. Could be. I trust no man. You know, this whole idea that, you know, this is a better system and we're going to move on and we're going to have Star Trek and Jetson cars and all this flying stuff, and it's just a learning period, a growth period. Yeah, no. Psalms 116, yes. Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Yes. White hats are the good guys in the governments that are pretending to be the bad guys to overthrow the evil oligarchs that run the world. So in the old Mad comic books, there was white hat versus black hat spies. The black hat were the bad spies. The white hats were the good spies. So there's white hat, black hat spy warfare going on, where some of the people in the military supposedly are running psychological operations to wake people up, that once enough people wake up, they're going to bring in this debt cancellation, removal of the bank systems, going back to the Constitution of the Republic, not the Constitution of the Corporation of America, removal of all the oligarchs, the ones who say they are Jews and are not but do lies, and have a millennial reign before us, with Yeshua HaMashiach dwelling within us being the third temple. And I say to those, do you not recognize that a lot of those prophecies have come? That these things are before us? And that we would never know the timeline because we are to operate in faith and trust no man. Be not deceived, it says. Why do you think the Tartarian Empire and the hidden history of 1,000 years is missing? That we have a Gregorian calendar, the Overcomer calendar, the Jewish calendar, the Assyrian calendar, sorry. When we realized that the calendars were all messed up, that we would not know the day and the hour, that we would walk in faith, that it is his plan. The moon is a faithful witness, and the only celestial body that waxes and wanes, that's our time. That's our time marker. It's not by the sliver of the new moon, says the Talmudic Zionist Babylonians. It is a full moon. So we are greatly deceived. Even the sliver of the new moon, at the beginning of the new year, March 16th, the equilux, the day of equal parts, we are deceived. In all of the Fibonacci math and fractal math that is showing you in all the ancient archaeology and archetypes, it's showing you sequences of Fibonacci math. All of that Fibonacci math is sacred geometry that you see in all of your monuments, and it's saying the same thing. This is cyclical. The harvest is ripe. How many workers in the field? Very few. The harvest is cutting the entire field. And the chaff and the tares will be gathered and thrown into the fire. Understand the parable. It's not plucking out the wheat from the tares. It's the harvest of the entire field. The Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail, the devouring of itself, the entropy of nothing new under the sun. It's cyclical. Time is short. Be blessed and walk in love and truth, and be prepared that it would not come on you like a thief in the night when the power goes out and you don't know what to do and you're all reliant on GPS and Google and digital currency, digital ID, and digital money. That's what they want, but it'll all go. And those that are reliant and dependent on these things, that can't change their own spare tire, that have a Gucci bag worth $5,000 and a pair of sneakers with $4,000, and won't know how to light a campfire to stay warm. Just walk in faith and love. This digital ID, this video was for one of my viewers that asked me, what is the mark of the beast? It is your Fibonacci math. ZC stigmata, written on the Islamic jihadists. ZC stigmata. Right out of the Codex Vaticanus, which matches the exact headdress and the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, the 4 colors of the flag of every Islamic state is the same colors of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Be not deceived. Certain group of people love cutting heads off of other groups of people. There's a massive slaughter of Netzraim, the true Christians, happening right now. In Nigeria, massive slaughter. In Canada, they had one of these Freemason Jesuit politicians say, 33 churches burnt down in Canada. A lot more than 33 churches burnt down in Canada. They're burning the churches down. They're removing any evidence of Yahushua, the Hamashiach. They're going to replace it with this Christmas Jesus guy. We are blessed. It's going to be scary. But get ready to throw your license and your bank card and your phone and your computer in the garbage and light it on fire and say, you know what? I'm done with this. I don't need it. Stop feeding the beast your energy. Go out and act kind, generous, and loving to your neighbor. Continue doing his work until your last breath. And if you don't see me anymore, you know why. It's all good. You guys are like my family, and I'm going to miss you. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. You know, the Amish life is what we are to do. That is what we are to do. Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. Mike Housko, yes. Yeah. No. No servant is greater than his master. Yes. Absolutely. I like your comments, Paul. Islam is not going to take over the world. Chrislam is. Chrislam is the one world religion. It's the main churches in Dubai. They're going to build the 3rd temple. They're going to allow Chrislam to exist because Islam will say, yeah, our seed and our beliefs come from Abraham. And yes, the Catholic Church, the diocese, they're correct. They're going to bring these things out of the vaults of the Vatican saying, see, we told you, we're all one religion, we're all happy, we're all together. But it is going to be a lie out of the pit of hell itself that we would coexist. We have evidence of extraterrestrial divine providence. They did that in the nativity scene at the Vatican quite some time ago, where they had the nativity scene as astronauts. And when the Pope Francis was asked, what if there's aliens? Well, they would be our brothers. No. Times infinity. No. No. That deity that I painted, that I showed pictures in my painting that I painted years ago, I tell people this painting, and when I show people this painting, this is the Greys. This is the same deity that Aleister Crowley was necromancing to, speaking beyond the veil. They're demons, they're interdimensional. And you see this in the painting Cry for Mother Earth, where the destruction of the earth takes place. Similarly, when they draw pictures of these demons that they look like the little Greys, there's no coincidences of these psychological operations, this great UFO conundrum. When you go back as far as Roswell and Dulce and Area 51 and the necromancing of crop circles, devil's circles, and when you necromance, that's opposite of prayer, crop circles, you're interacting with interdimensional deities called Ruko-Oath, the evil spirits, the evil Ruko-Oath. From time out of mind, if you read that Sefer, it says clearly, they spoke to these demons, and they were given wisdom and knowledge and mathematics and pharmacia over and over again. From the book of Genesis, there were giants in those days, men out of mind, men out of renown, meaning prehistory, pre-Garden of Eden, in the earth and on the earth and after the flood. They're not aliens. They're interdimensional demons, the fallen angels, the Nephilim, the Elud. Yeah. And all of the bots with the Robert Downey Jr. He's not as handsome as me. Iron Man. See, they pushed the Iron Man. Didn't Black Sabbath have a song? I am Iron Man. Yeah. Mixing iron with clay. Iron on the outside, flesh on the inside. X-Men, Wolverine, flesh on the outside, iron on the inside. Terminator, flesh on the outside, iron on the inside. Mocking and scoffing will continue till the end. Water off a duck's back. Yeah, wizard, yeah. Oh, I didn't know I was a bot. Well, a bot, a troll. When I call people bots that are real, what I'm suggesting is that people act like a hive mind, right? They're in the matrix. They're already brainwashed to the point where they don't even know what they're saying anymore. You know, they think the Avengers are real. They think all of this is real. So they just, you know, regurgitate and speak blindly, idiotically about whoever and whatever anybody else says. They're a bot, they're a robot, they're a non-player unit. They don't have free mind or individual thought. They just act like everybody else, the Karens and the Darrens of the world, the woke left. I saw on CNN, Donald Trump bad, Orange man bad, Orange, 33. Elon Musk is bad. Let's go scratch a bunch of Elon Musk cars. They just think and regurgitate. They don't comprehend the light. Oh, Robert Downey Jr. You know, all the bots do in this channel is expose their idioms, their idiocracies. They're just exposing their malevolence and ignorance to the level that most believers could clearly see and say, wow, go get your hair colored purple again. Go back to your parents' basement and pick up your video game again. There's no thought, no spiritual fortitude. There is nothing. They are like robots. You program them, they walk and squawk all the same, they talk the same. They're all part of this occult religion. That's why religion is not part of the Netzraim. That's why you don't go to the temple to pray, you go into the wilderness and be with your Father. That's why you know the difference between wrong and right. And when you hold communion and you're in a communal living, you love one another and take care of one another. Not communism. Let's give all our money to the government. We trust them and they'll feed us with our money. That's communism, the bastardized version of Acts, the book of Acts. Give the gleanings of your field to the widow and the homeless. Take care of the goyim in your land, the people from another nation. Love one another, care for one another. And then along comes the Zionists, Talmudic Zionists, who say, oh, let's create communalism and call it communism. And let's go into, like Bolsheviks do, into China, into Russia, into the Balkans, into Ukraine, and now America and Canada and Venezuela. And now all of the lands are conquered by the communists, the ones who say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. You see the morphing of the language, the behavior, the scripture. It's the bastardized version of the original, over and over and over. Like a dog returning to its vomit. When you see these things, you see, how consistent of the enemy. They can't invent anything and recreate anything. They just are. It's like in the Matrix, non-player. I saw on CNN, Caitlin Collins, Caitlin Clark, C being the third letter, 11 letter K, 33 Freemason Jesuit puppets. They told me that Donald Trump's a bad guy, that Elon Musk and Doge is bad. They're getting rid of the governments because AI is going to take it over. You don't need a bunch of people pushing pencils, pushing buttons on a computer anymore. Think about it. AI is going to lose a lot of jobs. And Dr. Billy Goat Gates said it. Well, we'll have to see when AI takes over how many jobs we lose, how many people we'll need. We don't know. Oh yeah, thanks, Dr. Billy Goat Gates, for telling us that you won't need as many humans now because you'll have robot cops, robot police watching your every move, thought crimes. You see, it's all kind of coming together, isn't it? All of a sudden, you got all of these jobs that don't have to happen anymore. Oh, we'll collect your taxes for you. We'll fill out your tax forms for you. We'll just automatically collect it and take it off your paycheck for you. You don't need an accountant anymore. No, we got this. We got this digital ID and digital currency, so we don't need accountants anymore. We don't need bean counters. We don't need police anymore. We'll just turn off everything that you own. And then when you come in and we get your DNA, a retina scan, we'll maybe turn it on depending. Or we'll put you in a meat grinder and put you in McDonald's burgers, depending. The level of malevolence is beyond most people's comprehension. And when they were showing you Cloud Atlas, the movie, they were showing you 4 time periods in that movie. And there was a whole bunch of cannibalism, a whole bunch of malevolence and high-tech hybrids mixing iron with clay. They're telling you what they were doing. Neurochip, CERN. Oh, we're raising demons. Oh, yes, you are, and you don't even hide it. You openly admit it, right? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Nancy, blessings to you. Jacob and Esau's story, yeah. Yeah, you sell your birthright. You say, oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to be a patriarch. I don't want to be a representation of Yahweh. I just want to hunt and fish and do my thing. And I just want to be a consumer, not a producer. Right? Like RoboCop, absolutely. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Ryan. That's true. By the way, I have to watch. Oh, wow. I was just watching my feed on this, and it changed. I couldn't believe it. There I am. Okay. I have to watch Heavily Infiltrated just to keep up to the chat. Yeah. Yes, Christine, I will do my best. Absolutely. Yes, Nancy. Let us go forth. Let us take our money out of the bank. When you cash your check, take your money out of the bank. And then turn that money into tangible, tradable, non-perishable goods and commodities, whether it be fishing gear, camping gear, hiking gear, coats, socks, medicine, stuff that doesn't depreciate or go bad. And let us reach out before it's too late with people that are like-minded, because when SHIT hits the fans, people will be scared and they will do anything and everything to be a part of a community that's surviving. They'll be scared. We'll have to be there for them. Be prepared for that. Yes. By Yeshua HaMashiach, yes. Absolutely. Narrow Way, great to see you. Great to see you, Narrow Way. The 10 Commandments. Yes. Absolutely. I wish I could read Russian. I can't. But welcome. Yes. The 10 Commandments, his yoke is light. The law is light. It is a pleasure to follow the 10 Devarim. Not the Talmud 600 mitzvot. No. The law. The real law. Yeah. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Gregory. You live in Canada now? Awesome, Lena. So, let me show you. This is Spirit Island in Maligne Lake in Jasper National Park. The tangible commodities that you want are things like alcohol, 100% proof moonshine, stuff that could be used as an antiseptic, medical goods, sutures, Band-Aids, knives, pots and pans, textiles, clothing, warm gear. Winter's coming. You walk up to somebody and you give somebody a meal and a pair of gloves and help your brothers and sisters in need. Go out into the world and preach the Besserah. Preach the law, the truth. Give people hope. Give them a hot meal. RTMs, ready-to-eat meals. My friend, we were hiking a mountain, and he makes his own RTMs, ready-to-eat meals. Dehydrated carrots, dehydrated onions, soup mix, dehydrated egg noodles. Put in a little bag, Ziploc bag, cryovac bags. Add water, instant meal, done. Beans, rice. Put in jars, stored in cool, dry, dark places. Seeds. Randomly spread in chaotic positions that when a helicopter flies over, you can't tell what's growing. It doesn't catch the eye of a satellite and the enemy. Food. Medical supplies. The famine is going to be of the word. They're going to want to erase that Bible. We want to erase the word and the people who believe in the word. in the book of Eli, the movie Book of Eli with Denzel Washington. They said it best in that movie. That book is a weapon. You betcha. That book is a weapon. That's what's coming. In the movie The Road with Viggo Mortensen, cannibalism. It's going to get that ugly. Get 2 copies. Digital anything is going to be useless when the power goes out, when you have to throw your phone in the garbage, when you have to throw your passport in the garbage, because it's all chipped. When you get your $80,000 Chevy truck or your $80,000 half-ton Dodge, and it's all chipped and they got a anti-theft device just for your safety, and they got a kill switch in your brand new vehicles that if you don't pay your taxes, they just turn off your truck. That's why they want you to have an electric vehicle and just turn off your electricity. Oh, anti-theft device is good for me. Yeah, I trust the government. Yeah, then all of a sudden you go to work one day and you go to start your truck and you can't turn it on because they turned it off for you. Isn't that nice of the government? Turn off your phone, turn on your phone, turn off your bank account. They just did this in Thailand. Was it Thailand or Philippines? Vietnam. They just turned off all these bank accounts. If you don't get your money out and turn it into tangible, tradable commodities soon, one day you're going to go to the bank and it'll be like, oh yeah, we're now digital, crypto, blockchain currency. Too late, you missed it. Now when you go and buy RTMs, going to be kind of hard. Going to be very hard. Grow your own food. Beautiful hot peppers. Grow your own food. Grow your own food. Eggs, unwashed, in a pail with lime water, last up to 3 years. Grow your own food. These bags are cryovac. You suck the oxygen out. You could put dehydrated peppers, onions, all of that stuff, air dried. Heat seal it. Problem solved. Grow your own food. Rose hips, chamomile, mint. Get a book on what to eat, how to eat. Store it in a dry container. Grow your own food. Grow your own food. They control the food, the money. They control you. When you are able to be self-sufficient and walk in the Spirit, you trust in Him to provide for you, and it happens every single time that you would be taken care of, that you would be loved, that you would know, you would comprehend. Grow your own food. Calendula, drying. Reach out to like-minded people. Sell your stuff. Get ready. It's coming. Grow your own food. I had gourds from last year I ate in the spring that were still good. They lasted 6 months. Stockpile food. Grow your own food. Grow your own food. Stockpile. Stockpile. Stockpile food. Get into canning. Produce your own medicine. Produce your own medicine. Look. Beeswax. Honey. Coconut oil. Tinctures. Make your own medicine. Grow your own food. I love peppers. Grow your own food. Nobody's coming to save us. When they say peace and safety and then sudden destruction, what do you think's going to happen? Let me tell you what's going to happen. They're going to say, oh, we got the bad guys. We have the bankers of the world and all the bad guys. We got them. But now we got to make sure this never happens again. What are they saying about this digital ID in America? How are they going to sell it to the Americans? Let me tell you how they're going to sell it to Americans. Well, we got rid of all these immigrants. Same thing in Canada. Oh, we got rid of all these immigrants and all of these sleeper cells. We got to be able to track who comes into America now. We're going to need your passport and some sort of digital ID to make sure you're an American citizen. There's got to be some way of making this work so that we could save America. We could save Canada. Grow your own food. I beg and I plead with you. Get ready. Grow your own food. Grow your own food. These onions will get a hard skin. You could put them in a dry place. They'll last 5 months, 3 months. They'll start to grow in themselves again. Sunflower seeds for next year for bird feed. Grow your own food. These carrots. Some of them turned out, some of them didn't. It don't matter. How are we going to, as a people, survive if we don't look after each other and unite? 1% of the world's population are committing murder, sedition, treason, and genocide globally. All these ones who say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. They're not Jews. There's no such thing as Jews. I watched a Hebrew rabbi who said this: the construct of a Jew doesn't exist. It doesn't. They stole the identity of the Hebrews and said, let us call ourselves Jews. Let us take some of this and take a little bit of that, and we'll use this identity. They stole the identity of the Hebrew people. Usury of money is a sin. Usury of money is a sin. Charging interest is a sin. Ownership, a sin. They are not holy people. When you have all these rabbis that own Pornhub selling dildos and you call yourself a rabbi, Shimo, blaspheme. I am not worthy to judge no one. I am not worthy to condemn anyone. I am not worthy to say you are a sinner, you are not. I could tell you this. I see with my eyes that if you are a holy man and you own a Pornhub and you own the bank and you own BlackRock and you own Vanguard and Wayfair and you are filthy rich and you are part of AIPAC and you are committing murder, sedition, and treason globally, forcing people to do this and have digital ID to enslave humanity, it is evil. I'm not judging. I'm observing the fact. It's not love. It's control. It just is. That Star of Rephaim is not the Star of David. It's not on a flag planted on Mount Hermon. They do not worship our Creator, Yahuwah, His Son Yahushua HaMashiach. Yes. Yes, Mike. Yes. Yes. Kyle Bradley says, Harvey Cartel. He goes, if I were Satan, and now you know the rest of the story. Young man, Todd Rushton, sitting in Alberta, Canada, Earth, speaking religious doctrine to other people on the internet. Little announced to him that he would
changed the world with one word, with one speech. And now you know the rest of the story. If I were Satan, I would make it appear to the world that I didn't exist, that I was a myth. And I would secretly and covertly change the ideas and the cultures within. And that, his famous speech, brilliant. It's just like Charlie Chaplin's speech. Your children are not cannon fodder. Don't give up to these brutes. Don't give in to these madmen. Stand free as a free man with free ideologies, free thinking, free love. He was the best, yeah. Yeah. With his own daughter, he sells dildos. And he calls himself a rabbi? Blaspheme. They mock and scoff all day. Yeah. Yes. Christine, yes. We pray for our brothers and sisters. They're going to wake up. Some are going to wake up slow, okay? Keep on fighting. We keep on sharing information. We keep on keeping on. We tilt the scales. We win this war with truth, with love, with unity. We win. We win this war. Don't give up. Just understand. Be ready to throw these phones and these technologies in the garbage. Be ready. Don't let this come upon you like a thief in the night. I'm good, Siva. Great to see you. Yes? Yeah. Yes. It's said that American government would take 7 days to be overthrown by the South. It is said that it would take less than 3 months for the entire world to collapse, that most of the people that live in and on the land live near oceanic, low-lying tsunami areas. It is said that when the power goes out, that society would collapse in about 6 months. And then you have Klaus Schwab saying, pay sufficient attention to the cyber warfare and the blackouts. You will own nothing and be happy, says Dr. Evil. Klaus Schwab with World Economic Forum. Then you understand. When it happens and you're prepared, you are to be the light of the world. Comfort one another, prepare. Be not shaken and stirred and in fear. You are now going to be the men of renown, the men and women out of time. It is cyclical. Be blessed, be encouraged. Christine, I think America's waking up. I think Charlie Kirk and the psyop with Charlie Kirk going into the indoctrination sites that they call universities, Harvard University specifically, directly connected to Epstein and Mossad and the blackmailing of the people in their honeypots. Harvard University and all these universities, Oxford and all that, America's waking up to the fact that you got a bunch of useless idiots, that's what the communists call them, that have been indoctrinated. Oh, I'm a pet psychiatrist. Good luck with that. They're realizing that they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to be indoctrinated to stupidity. They can't tell a human zygote from a dolphin zygote. They think abortion is a medical procedure, and it's not smoting the child in the womb taught by Azazel and the fallen angels. They can't change their own spare tire, and they love communism. Yet they're in history class, and they weren't taught in history that every time a communist take over, they take away your infrastructure, they take away your schools. Ghislaine Maxwell's father, with all of the schools taken over, and then they take away your media, and then they take away your guns, and then they murder everyone. They don't get it, right? A zygote is a one-celled creature. Abortion is murder. Somehow along the way we were taught that it's okay to kill our child in the womb and that it's not a blessing, it's a curse. Somehow we were taught that our government is good, govern, to control, mind, and that they're doing us a favor by taking our tax dollars and money laundering it to war. If our governments were doing a good job, we'd have no famine. Our vets wouldn't be sleeping in the streets. All these immigrants wouldn't be putting up hotels. They're all Freemason, Jesuits, and they're all Zionists with AIPAC committing murder, sedition, treason, and genocide globally. I stand with Israel. Oh, yeah. What about your vets that bled to protect the countries? They don't get to sleep in a hotel room? They don't get 3 square meals a day? But you got billions of dollars to fund Ukraine war, billions of dollars to fund Israel going into Gaza, murdering people. Oh, yeah. No money for us. That's our money. The Corporation of America is bankrupt. And they're running under the edict that it's a corporation. Zionists. Every last one of them, Freemason Jesuits with all their little hand signals and all their little... They're showing you. And yet people say, oh, no, no. America the Great, America, the Statue of Liberty, Libertas, Liberty, the statue of Lucifer, not liberty. It's a statue of Lucifer. They go, no, it isn't. That obelisk in the wartime memorial right in front of the White House, that pagan obelisk, the Egyptian obelisk, phallic symbol, the rotunda at the White House. When you get into archaeology, iconography, architecture, and you start seeing all of the symbolism, you realize, oh my goodness, we're in a pagan Babylonian system. And it's about to go global, but they want to kill us off first because they won't need all of us. They got the robots, they got their AI, they got to depopulate the planet. And they're trying to do it as quickly as possible before we wake up and realize they're murdering us with their detergents and their poison and their chemtrails in the air and their fake wars. They're trying to hold on to that narrative continuity of government. Oh, we're the good guys. Iran bad. Israel good. When you look at the parliament of Iran, the pyramid with 33 windows, and then you see them all crossing arms and shaking hands together, they're all Freemasons. They're all in on it. The Ayatollah Khomeini, born on a blood red moon. Donald Trump, born on a blood red moon. Benjamin Netanyahu, born on a blood moon. It's not even his name. He changed his name to sound Jewish. They're not Jews. There's no such thing as Jews. Blessings to the trolls in the chat. Hey, Von Donks, great to see you, bud. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. 86 seconds, yeah. Oh, the trolls are bad, eh? It's just crazy. And all of this, oh yeah, says who? You're stupid. All these little one-liners, and it's like, man, these Chinese TikTok infiltrators and bots and trolls, and I call them useless idiots. You know, when the communists say they take the useless idiots and all of the traitors, like the politicians and that, and they put them up against a wall and they shoot them first once the communist takeover is complete. And when he was asked why, he said, well, they can't be trusted. They turned on their own people. They're in the governments. They turned on their own people. All these people out of university that were given all this blackmailing money and all of this stuff, they turned on their own brothers and sisters. They can't be trusted. The communists, the first thing they do is take these police chiefs and these politicians and these Freemason Jesuit traitors, and they put them up against the wall first. And they kill them first. And he said, because they can't be trusted. They turned on their own grandma, on their own brothers and sisters in their own communities. So you guys are the first to go, you traitors. That's just the way the communists work. You're making a deal with the devil and you think he's going to hold his end of the bargain? He's a liar. He's a murderer from the beginning. In the Quran, it says clearly that Muhammad and Allah, their deity, is a deceiver, the greatest of all deceivers, right in the Quran. Do you not read your Quran? The one of the Most High does not lie. He does not operate in secrecy. He does not operate in the dark. He operates with love, not hate, truth, not lies. That's the name of my other backup channel, by the way. He's not a deceiver. I am not a deceiver. I speak truth. I don't care if you like or subscribe. I don't care. The truth is the truth. It sets you free. The deceiver of this world is nothing but lies and deceit and murder. And if you look at your government, you say, oh, I trust my government, spending billions, if not trillions of dollars to Mossad, to Iran, to Israel, to Pakistan, to everything but its own people. Wow. Yeah. Just happens to be truth. Now I hear planes coming over. Yeah. Not chemtrailing yet, but they will be. Where does it say, Allah, say, because I am great deceiver? I could point you in the right direction, or you could take my word for it, but I could say this to you. There is evidence. Yeah. What's a top phrase to look up for the most important thing to wake up from 2025? Gematria. I think the next thing that people would look at is scriptural end times prophecies fulfilling. Because the people of this world won't see unless they see evidence. They need evidence. And those that walk in faith, we just know it. We've seen it all. We've seen the gematria. We've seen the archaeology. We've seen the architecture. It's in everything. It's in your architecture. It's in their iconography when they do their little symbols of triangles and pyramid worship, and they do all their secret society handing. It's in everything. It's in your logos. Coca-Cola, CC, third letter of the alphabet, 33. 33 cases of COVID in Los Angeles, 33 cases of COVID in North Dakota, 33 cases of COVID in New York. It's in everything. When you see, you cannot unsee, right? Quran, Von Donks, 354, yeah. Yes, Yeshua is, absolutely. Hi, First Nations. Great to see you. Blessings. Great to see you, First Nations. Yeah, honey bagger. You know, citing verses, it doesn't do anything. You don't think people are going to write them down and research, are you, at this late in the game? I mean, come on. How many people do their own research? I could point you in all the right direction. You could go to the AI search engine and says, where does it say in the Quran that Allah is the great deceiver? It'd probably show you. Chat GPT or whatever chatbot you want to use. You either trust your Holy Spirit within you for discernment or you don't. You either see the great deception or you don't. It doesn't matter. When you see that the things that are so in front of us, the things that we understand and comprehend, you just know it. You just see it, right? Yes. Yes, Thomas, absolutely. Here's one here. Muhammad is proven. Yeah. As a great deceiver, yeah. Yeah. That chicken sounds like Rhode Island. Yeah. Yeah. My battery's running out. I got to plug in, and then I'm going to end this video. But listen, if I'm choppy, I'm sorry. I'm not going to load up this video because I don't have Wi-Fi, and I'm glad with 186 in the chat that I was able to spend some time with you guys. I love all of you. I'm going to end this video pretty quick. I'm going to change it up a bit because I just took my Wi-Fi out of service. I no longer have Wi-Fi, and I'm so blessed. On my Sabbath, I spent time with my wife with absolutely no phone, no interruption, no nothing. Just pure time on the Sabbath with my father and my wife. It was great. And I encourage you all to do the same, right? Blessings to you are. Listen, to the Muslims in the chat, I love you. To the Catholics or people that are in churchianity or churchiosity, I love you. To my enemy, to the bots, to the trolls, to CSIS, to Mossad, to Homeland Security, to the government of Canada, to whoever's listening that is my enemy, I love you. I am taught and told to love thine enemy and to heap hot coals upon your head and pray for you, that you would see that you are in error and repent. And I will do that. I will hate no one and love everyone and walk in the Netzarim and in his footsteps, that I would teach and love everyone and allow these governments of the world to bring about the 10 plagues and the prophecies that are right before us. I will go to work. I will do everything I can for as long as I can until it's time, and then I'll be throwing the phone in the garbage, my wallet and passport in the garbage. I'll burn it all, and you won't see me anymore. May you be blessed. Take care, everyone. I am blessed to have that many, 171 in the chat and 121 thumbs up. I am so blessed. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's Oliver. Yeah. He's a big puppy. Yeah. Okay, everybody, take care. Blessings, love, and courage and strength.